Good evening. Is this on? It is on. All right. Welcome to the final GHS concert of the 2022-2023 school year. Thank you all so much for being here this evening. We are so excited to see such a packed house for this concert. What you're about to see is the culmination of months and months of hard work. Hard work on the parts of the students, of course, and also the teachers who have all worked so hard to present this concert. And I've heard a little bit of it, and it's going to be a great one. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for everything that you do on a daily basis to support your child's musical endeavors. We are always so grateful at the support that we receive. So I'm going to turn this over to Miss Shannon DeFrankville and the GHS Mixed Choir.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is truly amazing to see how much growth has happened with this group since when they first walked in September. So it's really, truly a pleasure to see the growth and to see them enjoying singing with us tonight. We are going to be featuring Sophie Guo on the flute on this song. This is called Turtle Dove. Thank you.
Turtle
Great, thank you so much. That, again, Sophie Guo played piano for us on that song. Will you please give her a round of applause? We would also like to thank Dr. Julie Philippone, who has been accompanying a lot of the groups here in Guilderland this season. So please give her a round of applause, too. Thank you, Julie. I'd like to just, again, thank you all for your support of our music program. We really have a fabulous thing going on here in Guilderland when it comes to the music program. And this season, we had some students who participated in NISMA Solo. Between the two choirs, we had 42 students participate in that, which was wonderful, including several students in mixed choir here. We've also had some students in the Suburban Council Choir and the Area All-State Choir. So please give those students a round of applause. They're noted in your program. Thank you so much. And I have one last very important announcement. We have two seniors here in choir, and we would like to recognize them for their years of service. These students were also in my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choir, so I've known them for a very long time from when I was down at Farnsworth. I'd like to call down Julia Dane. Julia, come on down. And John Gagan. Please give them both a round of applause. Thank you. We have one more song. It's called Climbing Up the Mountain. Thank you. And actually, it's going to feature Sean Oliver on the tambourine. Thank you.
Climbing up the mountain. Check. Hello. Thank you so much. This is the Guilderland High School Jazz Ensemble. My name is John Fatuso. And before we talk about our music tonight, how about one more round of applause for the GHS Mixed Choir and Mr. Frankville? The tune you just heard was a standard chart by that was written for the Count Basie Orchestra, Front Burner by Sammy Nestico. You got to hear, she's been kind of one of the stars of the show so far tonight, Sophie Guo on piano. You also got to hear from Landon Keinel on the trumpet, Brendan Sow on the trombone, and one of our seniors tonight, Mr. Andy Camparetta on the trumpet. We're going to move on to a tune that was written for the famous saxophone player Lester Young, but it was actually written by Charles Mingus, kind of as an elegy to him, as he was a famous sax player from the Basie band, and it's just a really, really special tenor sax feature. So a great way to feature one of our graduating seniors, our lead tenor player. This is Anthony Guo being featured on "Goodbye Pork Pie Hat." Thank you. Once more for Anthony Guo on the tenor saxophone. Thank you. Before we move on to our next tune, I'm sure in the program you noticed a familiar name where we list all the composers of all the charts that we're doing. It goes without saying that this is a very special senior class and also one with a great talent here. Mr. Bowden Keinel behind me, in addition to doing all kinds of great things here at GHS, has really filled up our Guilderland newsfeed with the great things he's doing outside of school. All state, all Eastern, going to school for music next year. So what do you do for the senior that is has all these accolades and still deserves a feature here in his last concert at high school? So I tasked Bowden with a challenge before the end of school last year, and Bowden's been taking some pretty serious composition lessons and is, I believe, planning on pursuing that full time when he goes to school next year. So this has been a process that Bowden worked on this tune that he's going to tell you about in just a second, and it's been really, really fun workshopping it from its very infant stages all the way back in September to being what I think is going to be a very impressive performance. So enough from me. I think you'd probably want to hear more from the composer himself. So I'm going to turn over the mic to our composer in residence on the stage and our lead alto saxophone, Bowden Keinel.
Hi, everyone. So first and foremost, thank you so much to Mr. Fatuzzo for giving me this opportunity to do this. This is incredible, and it's just so much better actually hearing the chart played by actual musicians instead of just like clicking the play button on your computer. I'll try not to talk too long, but I'd like to also thank all of my composition teachers who have helped me get to this stage. I remember this chart is actually based on an idea that I had years ago. I don't even remember when I first came up with it, but I remember bringing it to one of my composition teachers last year, and he was just like, oh, this is a really boring chord, this is a boring chord, and this needs a lot of work. So I gutted the entire piece and kind of rewrote it from the ground up, and I think it turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself. I'll let you guys be the judges of that. But this piece is titled Starboard. I don't really know where I got the title, but I think it comes from I don't know. The piece has kind of a sense of adventure to it. So, enjoy.
This is Starboard by Bowden Keinel, featuring Bowden Keinel. And one of the most special parts about that is just watching the level of his classmates rise to the occasion, the performance. How about a round of applause for the band, please? Thank you. This will be our last piece of the program, and I hope you stick around for the symphonic band. They've got a great set coming up after this. This, of course, would be the final performance of a very, very busy year. As I've liked to say about this group before, they were rehearsing and performing before most teachers in our district had the chance to even get into their classrooms, opening the school year up with an exciting performance for the entire faculty and staff, all the way through their performance at Music in Our Schools Month, Cabaret, and, of course, all the great work they've done on their own concerts this year. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy what I think was one of our favorite tunes this year. But first, I do want to point out this is some of our graduating seniors in this group, and I've got 5 of them. This was a group that is obviously very talented, but I think what I appreciate most about this particular class is they are all such quiet leaders because they are mature, they are focused, they are communicative, they are, of course, talented, and they, without having to say much, they lead by example. They make up some of the lead players of our section and have really carried this group to doing some incredible things this year. And it's been a real pleasure to get to work with them. So I'd like to introduce them to you now. Stand up, please, when I call you. Anthony Guo, lead tenor sax. Bowden Kino, alto sax. You heard from him before, Andy Comparetta on the trumpet. One of our co-lead trumpet players, Ian Cotton on the trumpet. And you're going to hear a lot from him in just a little bit, Mr. Michael Butteridge on the drums. So we're going to move on to our last piece in the program. This is called The Chicken. It opens with a really killer gospel chorale that's going to feature Mike on the drum set, and then it just, without warning at all, just drops into this really funky bass line and funk section of this tune. You're going to hear Miss Olivia Covington on the electric bass doing that, and we've got some soloists tonight. Sophie Guo on the flute again. You're going to hear Sam Wu on the trumpet. You're going to hear Angelo Castro on electric guitar, and you're going to hear from Bowden Kino one more time on alto sax. Thank you very much. This is the Guilderland High School Jazz Ensemble. This is The Chicken. Thank you. And they don't even need me much for this last one. Thank you so much. Give us just a few moments, and we'll get ready for our last set on the program, the symphonic band. Thanks again. Thank you so much. This is the hello, check. This is the Guilderland High School Symphonic Band. It's been about an hour and a half since we've last played, so we're just going to do a quick little warm up. So you literally get a sneak peek into what our classroom, how we start every single day. Give us just a couple moments. Thank you. The first piece on our program is called Anthem for Winds and Percussion by Claude Smith. Thank you. That piece and the one that we're about to play represents most of our programming from the group's latest performance at the NISMA Majors Festival this past April at Shaker High School. Very pleased to report that with a level 4 program, which is a whole difficulty level higher than this group went last year, they achieved a gold award. So how about some round of applause for them on that? I did a little research before this. So last time our group went to NISMA Majors Level 4 was 2009 and got a gold award. Were you guys alive in 2009? How old were you in 2009? Oh my goodness. So they're making history up here. The next piece that we're going to perform for you is called Of Dark Lords and Ancient Kings. I'm not going to say too much about it because I think the piece speaks for itself, but there's one very, very interesting section. It's called aleatoric or chance music. And essentially, it's music that is designed to be completely random and also embrace kind of a chaotic feel. So the way that entire section is going to start is with one solo flute. That'll be with Noah. Noah will gradually be joined by the rest of his flute section mates, and we're going to start slowly adding in little members of the band, one piece by piece. None of them are playing the same thing at the same speed or the same tempo or the same, what's the same thing, or the same style. So it's going to be this very interesting effect here that gets very, very exciting until the rest of the ensemble comes in and smashes the whole thing back together, and it's really very neat. This is the tune of Dark Lords and Ancient Kings by Roland Barrett. The remainder of our program this evening are all works that we've prepared in just the last calendar month. So really just a handful of rehearsals, and I think you're going to be really impressed by the work that they've done on these last two. This next piece, David Gillingham's At Morning's First Light, is a really beautiful, colorful, original work here that captures kind of the beauty and serenity of waking up at dawn. And I hope we bring all the imagery and the colors of that to life in this really spectacular, short but lyrical piece. This is At Morning's First Light by David Gillingham. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to figure out what happened to our lights here. We try to create the opposite effect of the lights going on. You know what's funny is nobody actually touched the switch. It was just from the performance. It just, sent vibes of sunlight into the lights here. Okay, thank you. Before our last piece on the program tonight, there's just a couple people I want to recognize. One of which is actually technically not a member of the music department, but he is the unsung hero of our music department, and that is the man running all the sound and helping us out with our live stream. How about a round of applause for Mr. Andy Maycock? None of this works without him, and we're so grateful to have him working these concerts and helping all of us out throughout the entire concert season. This is a co-taught class, this ensemble, and while I'm the one that gets to stand here and dance on the podium, about half of these students are taking lessons with Miss Kathleen Ellinger, who is retiring this year, and I felt that it was really, really important for her to be recognized here with the group. So Miss Ellinger, would you come up here? Leo and I have something here for you. So, Miss Ellinger, personally, one of the highlights of getting to work here at Guilderland is that I feel like I've had extra 2 years of student teaching. And you've just been you've just been an incredible mentor to me and to this ensemble, and we wouldn't have achieved the things we have without your help, so I thank you. How about foot shuffles for Miss Ellinger, guys? Yeah, thank you.
I know for me personally, Miss Ellinger has been teaching me lessons since 7th grade, and it was really difficult for me to transition because I used to play flute, and I transitioned to French horn, which is not an easy switch to make, but Miss Ellinger was there for me the entire time, and she helped me a lot along the way. And I know she's helped everybody in this ensemble because she's there at every rehearsal, and she gives Mr. Fatuzzo tips, and she gives us tips on ways to improve and just improve the quality of our sound. And she has a lot of wisdom, and it's really beneficial to this group. And we're gonna miss you a lot. So in addition to like the 6 bouquets you already have, Mr. Fatuzzo got you another one, and we all signed a card for you.
And of course, it's always special to have graduating seniors here in the symphonic band. And what's so special about that is it means that from the day they started playing all the way back in 4th grade, they've been here every step along the way through middle school and through high school. And he's just here because he loves to play the clarinet. And I just want to recognize our graduating senior, our fearless leader of the symphonic band, Mr. Aiden Cahey. Thank you so much, everybody. And without further ado, this is the last piece on our program. It's been really a lot of fun putting together. I think you'll recognize the tune, so I don't have really much to say about it other than they have a lot of fun playing it. This is Cartoon Carnival. Thanks again for coming out this evening. Have a great summer. We'll see you next year.